Welcome back to another CAD/CAM tutorial. In this video, we are going to look at how to create the ball bearing assembly with SolidWorks. In the first part of the tutorial, which is this video, we're going to model the components that are needed, which are the outer race, the inner race, and the ball. And then in the second part of the tutorial, which will come right after this video, we add meets and relations between the parts so that we get the final assembly. And then in the third part of the tutorial, we add the motion steady as well, and then run it for the ball bearing to work, as we can see. We're going to be using these drawings as well for each component. And then we have the part list. For the outer race, we have 1, inner race 1, and then the ball 8 number of balls. All the dimensions are in millimeters. The appearance of the races, which are the inner race and the outer race, is steel, and the appearance for the ball is brass. So take note of this very well. Before we begin, make sure you like the video, make sure you are subscribed as well, and share the video to your friends as well, so that they can also watch and learn how to create the ball bearing. And without further ado, let's start. We are inside the SolidWorks window, so I'm going to go ahead and create a new part file. And this should take us to the SolidWorks 3D workspace. Come down here, make sure the unit is millimeters, grams, second. I'm going to start with the outer race. So I'll sketch this shape here and extrude by a distance of 11. Need a rectangle of length 55 and width 6 millimeters. Center rectangle in the center here. And then a circle of radius 17. So a diameter of 17 times 2. I'll join this center and the origin with a vertical line for construction. And then the distance between this center and then this line is 18. Now join these 2 points with arcs, and that will be it. So with the 3-point arc, first point here, second point on this point, and then the same for this side. Radius is 16.25. You're done with the sketch, so add an inner circle which has a diameter of 27. So extruded balls base, and then direction 1, mid plane. Under selected contours, click on the areas to extrude. And a length of 11 millimeters. Okay. So there is this shape here left out. Click on the boss extrude, edit feature, and then still under selected contour, select that area also. Okay. Now create this cut here. We're going to use the Revolve cut because it runs through the full diameter here. So create a sketch on the right plane. We have a semicircle. So with a 3-point arc, draw an arc here. Join the edges with a horizontal line. And now let's dimension. So from this line to the other line here is 27. So we use the center line and 27. From the center to this edge is 3.5. From this line to the same edge is 1.75. So click on the center, hold the shift key, click on this arc to select the outer edge. This is 3.45. Again, this is 1.75. You join the center with this origin with a construction line. Make the line vertical, and you see the sketch is fully defined. So revolve, cut, axis of revolution, use this blind and then an angle of 360 degrees. Okay. You can change the appearance to a metal, and we're going to go with the steel, and we go with the brushed steel. So save this part. In the desktop, I'm going to create a new folder as the bearing assembly. This is the outer race. Okay, so we have two holes down here. We're going to add them real quick with the extruded cuts on this face. We draw two circles, and then they have a diameter of 4 millimeters. The distance between them is 40. Make sure they are on the same line and symmetric about this. So from this point here will be half of the 40, that will be 20. And hold the shift key, click on the two centers, and then the origin, make horizontal. Extruded cuts up to next and OK. So now save the part again and we move on to the next one. The inner race. This inner race is just this half shape here revolved around the horizontal axis. So we create a sketch on the front plane. We first have our horizontal axis here. And then you need an arc, horizontal line, and then we create this shape. Okay, so we'll hold the shift key, click on these 2 points, make vertical. The full length is 11. This diameter is 12 and this is 20. Okay, so these two lines, make them collinear and also equal. So just as we did for the outer race over here, we do same for these two dimensions. can see sketch is fully defined, so revolved boss base, and the system selected this line. Okay. Give it the same appearance of the brushed steel. Save the parts. This is the inner race. Then we move on to the final components, the ball. So this ball is just a round figure. So a sketch first have the center line, and then an arc here. Make sure this center sits on the horizontal line, and then the diameter is 6.9. Okay, so make this line a reference line, and then hold the shift key, click on the arc and then the center line. Okay, I'll do that again. I'll click on this line, hold the shift key, click on the arc, move your cursor outside. This is 6.9. Revolve boss base. Okay. Change the appearance. I'm going to have a brass, polished brass, and save it. This is the ball. So yeah, this is the end of the first part of the tutorial. In the second part, which will come right after this, we are going to create the final assembly. So I'll see you in the next one. In the previous video, we created the components we need for the ball bearing assembly. So we're going to go ahead and create the final assembly. So create a new assembly file this time, and this will be the SolidWorks assembly workspace. Since I've already opened the parts here, you can see they appear in this menu. So you just click on the parts and then move your cursor into the space to bring them, or close it, come to insert components, and then browse. When you click on browse, you can go to the folder you saved your parts and then start adding them from there. Since I have my parts here, I'll add the first one, which will be the outer race. Click to release it into the workspace. By default, when you insert the first component, it is fixed. So click on it, it cannot be moved. Right click and then float. And now when you click on it, you can move it. Now we have to fix it in the workspace, which is the best thing to do. So come to mates, and then under standard mates, the origin of the workspace, and then the origin of the outer race itself. Now align axis so that it becomes fixed in the workspace. Insert the second component, which will be the ball. Now I'll move the ball inside here. And then bring it inside here as well. And meets, under standard meets, click on the ball and then this pathway. Okay. Now you can see it moves in the pathway only. That is why I positioned the ball inside the pathway before I added the meat. So take note of that. Now insert the third component, which is the inner race. I'm going to rotate about the y-axis so that it can be in this orientation to fit inside. And then meet, standard meets, click on this face and then this circular face. This face and this face should meet. Okay. And then finally, we want to make sure that any rotational motion that will be given to the inner race will apply to the ball. So lock the inner race and the ball. Okay. Now click on the inner race. You can see when you rotate, the ball also rotates. Now we want to have 8 balls in total. So circular components pattern, components pattern, click on the ball. Okay, so click on the ball. Direction, we need a circular face, so need 8 number of balls, equal spacing, 360 degrees. Come down and check this, and okay. Now when you rotate, you can see the balls rotating. Give it a trimetric view and you can see it clearly now. So here we've created the final assembly of the ball bearing with SolidWorks. I'll save it, rebuild and save the document. This is the final assembly. Make sure you save it in the same folder, and in the third and final video we'll add the motion steady to this inner race so that they move as they do in real world applications. So I'll see you in the next part. In the previous videos we created the parts and the final assembly of the ball bearing. In this part of the tutorial we're going to look at the motion steady. So come to motion steady here, or click on this motion steady here to add a new motion steady, and we want a basic motion. So come to settings and then change the frames to 60 frames per second, or make the accuracy high for these two. Okay, now add the motor. So we assign the inner race as the motor. So come to this motor, Rotary Motor, and then click on this area. We'll go in the counterclockwise direction. A constant speed of 100 revolutions per minute will be okay. I'll put this here to 10 seconds. Bring this down. Playback normal, and then calculate. So the system has calculated everything. Set the playback to loop and then play from start. So this is the ball bearing moving, as we can see. You can reduce the speed, and this is what we have. So yeah, that is how to create a ball bearing with SolidWorks. You can see it is very simple to do. Thanks for watching. This is the end of the tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Safe.